go over some more pick and roll today and how you can make decisions out of pick and roll as a guard. So Darius Garland is getting pressed full court, doesn't stress, right? Also, if you're a guard and you don't want to get pressured full court and break them down one-on-one, just call your big up to set a little screen and it'll free you open. So what do we have here? We're going to have a big coming to set this screen. And the first thing that you need to notice when you're coming off a ball screen is, how is your defender guarding you? And how is the big man guarding you? So he notices that his guy is going over the screen and the big man is sort of in a flat show. So he doesn't want Darius Garland to turn the corner. Now, as a guard, if you can get around the big man, if you can attack his hips and get around him, now you're going to create an advantage for yourself. As you see here, he attacks that hip and now creates an advantage. So the next things you want to look at is you want to look at the 2-9 guy. We call this guy the 2-9 guy. He's the help guy. And you want to also look at what the nail guy is doing. So in this case, Halliburton is at the nail, kind of stopping the roll. Also with the guard right here, I think it's I don't know what guard it is. He's also stopping the roll, but Halliburton's at the nail and Pascal's at the 2-9. So Darius Garland is reading what they're doing. If Siakam steps up, it's a lob over the top to Mobley for the dunk. And if Halliburton's worried about the nail guy and the roll guy, he also can have a pass to the shooter shaking up behind him. But what does Garland do? He just goes right to his floater because the big doesn't step up. He thinks he's going to lob it, right? So if you look at this fast motion, you have basically 0.1 seconds to make this decision. Gets to his floater because no one's stopping that. He's so worried about the lob. So we have another on-ball screen coming. And if you're a guard and you're getting pressured full court, have that big come and set a screen a little bit higher because you're going to have more momentum and more space to attack downhill. So Darius Garland sort of knows that the screen's coming, so he's messing with his defender. Now the big is going to come and set this screen. And if you look here, his defender's kind of he's already guessing that Garland's going to come off the screen. So he just simply rejects it. Now, if you reject the screen, the big that's on defense, he also thinks that he's coming off the screen. So there's no help over here. So a reject means you have all this open space. Now, what are your reads? If this guy pulls over right here in this nail, it's a kick to Mobley. And if this 2-9 guy that's supposed to be in the paint comes and helps, then it'd be a kick to the corner. In this case, everybody is attached to their man. This guy over here is saying, like, where's our help? He notices that. Simple layup. Keeps the game simple. Full court pressure again. Just have somebody come and free you up if you're getting pressured full court. Do not mess around with one-on-one full court, right? Just have some guard or a big come and set that screen. So now we have another on-ball screen for the guard. He doesn't get an advantage off this first one, right? The big is in a sort of a short, he's kind of in a hedge, but not really a flat show. And the guard's fighting over. No real advantage created. The big is now going to come back and set a screen. So if you don't have an advantage off the first screen, take your time, have the big come and set another screen. Now, one of the things that this big right here does well is he sets him up and then he flips the screen. We call this a flip screen. So the guard thinks he's coming to set the screen on this side, and so does the big. So watch, their positioning now is he's going to be in that flat show on this side, and the guard thinks he's pushing him to the screen. But what the big does is he flips the screen. And what I mean by he flips it is he changes the angle, and now the defense is out of position. So as a guard, tell your big to flip that screen sometimes, because now look at what their positioning is. He thinks he's in the flat show over here, and he thinks that he's coming off the screen this way, but they flip the screen. Now, what are your reads? If this guy helps, it's a kick to this guy, right? And if not, if he hugs his guy, it's either a drive-by to the paint or it's a three-pointer like you see here, right? Comes up for the screen, flips the screen, reads his options, pulls up for the three. Nice, patient basketball.